Hey, this is a very unconventional topic as far as I am concerned, but yes, I have 2 cents on this matter and I decided to share. So, hello, if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Jeremy. I'm a digital business owner, I'm an IT professional, I'm also an author, and of course, I have views on many things, and this is one of it. So, disclaimer, I'm not a marriage consultant. I'm only 13 years in the marriage, and well, that's not enough experience compared to what people have, but I have a view on growing together, and that's what I decided to share today. And that's because I was having a conversation very like yesterday about this topic, and for me, I'd rather, give my 2 cents. I know most people think about the fact that a strong marriage is when you grow together. But what does that really mean, actually? Like, what does that mean? How do you define that? If you think about the fact that you may have had some friends in the past, right? Where you felt inseparable from them. You guys will talk together and laugh together, share life together. Then think about what really happened. Sometimes you didn't necessarily fight with anybody, right? You didn't necessarily start to dislike each other. You just simply grew apart. And for the most part, what causes that growing apart is basically distance. Maybe distance happened. It's probably, new priorities, different relationships entered from, different angles from your side, from their side, different interests developed between the two parties, right? That common ground actually disappeared. That thing that used to be that unifying force, right? Actually disappeared. Now, let's bring that same reality into the marriage space. That's why I said it's not like I'm a consultant. I just wanted to share my own 2 cents in it. So now, if you bring that same reality of what I just described into the marriage space, it's more like when two people stop growing together, it's basically because maybe their shared interests slowly separates, right? Their priorities are shifting, even if they're living together. Yes, it definitely happens. Yeah, their lives moving in different directions, and that's what really causes separation for the most part, right? It doesn't happen overnight. It's just like a quiet and gradual shift. And that's why the strongest marriages don't just grow together emotionally, financially, because I know that's where, many people will dwell on. But for me, the key, and that's the reason why I'm doing this video today, is growing together spiritually. Yes, growing together spiritually. When a couple grows together in God, right? You're growing together in the Lord. You're praying together, you're learning together, seeking God together, that's anchor, right? Is like you're both anchoring yourself to the same source. And it is from that union that you're going to have a shared vision. Your vision will align, your values will continue to deepen together, and you're working towards a common purpose in essence, right? So it's not like you're living two separate lives. You guys are actually moving towards the same direction. I like to describe it like a triangle. So if two people are at the base of the triangle and then everybody's moving towards God, right, with what I've just described, that's what really is a unifying force. Because when you think about two people who are growing toward God, they are not actually, they are automatically just growing toward each other in essence, right? So that's just basically my 2 cents here today. I know it sounds like an off topic, but yeah, this is my page. I just thought to share. So if there's anybody who is benefiting from this today, if you know that you want to find ways to, make things work better for yourself and your couple, your partner, for me, I would say praying together regularly, study the word, and discuss the word of God together. Yes, that's a key. Like that's also something apart from maybe when you're watching football with him, like most people say, right? This is another aspect that I think is key. When you study together, you discuss the word of God together, it really goes a long way to deepen that intimacy, because you're having spiritual conversations, right? I feel that's also a very great way to bond together. Then of course set your family goals, your shared goals, as people will always say. Well, like I said, I'm not here to advise, coach, or whatever, right? But yes, that's also part of it. It's just the spiritual aspect that I really am focused on here today to share, right? So protect your time for meaningful conversations, and of course continue to encourage each other, spiritually and all of that. So yeah, that's just me. my 2 cents concerning this matter. And like I said, it stemmed from a conversation that I had with someone yesterday. So hope this has been interesting, even if it's like an off topic of what I usually discuss, because I'm not into any of the marriage, counseling or any of those things. But yeah, basically that's my 2 cents. Thank you for listening. And if you found this valuable, you can leave a comment, right? If any of these resonates with you, you can leave a comment. And yeah,